Steady. Okay, so welcome to another Simhanger multiplayer. Been a little while. Apologies for that, everybody. Today, something a little bit different to what we normally have is something fairly unstructured. Today, we're going to try something for the first time, a little bit of structure to our flight, which should be challenging, but we'll give it the best go that we can. But before we get on to that, I'd just like to thank everybody for supporting me for the 50k subs. Quite an achievement, something I never thought I'd achieve, so thank you to everybody. And for those that participated in the competition, we have some winners, but special thanks to Next Level Racing and Flight Sim Builder for supporting the channel. Really appreciated it. From the winner of the Next Level Racing Flight and Flight Seat and Flight Stand Pro was Peter from the Netherlands, so well done to Peter. The Flight Sim Builder G1000 unit goes to Jakob in Poland, and Julian in the UK won the HF8 Next Level Racing haptic seat pad, and Brian again in the UK won the Luke Deck Live S. So well done to everybody there, and thank you very much. Really appreciate the support, and for those lucky winners, I hope you enjoy your prizes. Now, for those of you that have not read all the notes in detail, every year there is an AirVenture event in the real world. People fly into Oshkosh, and they have about 10,000 landing and departures during a one-week event. It's a massive fly-in and air show combined in one. That's simulated in Flight Sim with something called SimVenture, which is put on by, I think it's Pilot Plus. And they
Pilot Edge.
Pilot Edge, yeah. I beg your pardon, Pilot Edge. And in SimVenture, I think they have something just over 2,000 landing and departures. So it's fairly well supported. And my intention next year, I think it's about July of every year, thereabouts. My intention next year is to take part. And I mean, what would be great is if we could have a horde of people joining in, and we could do a fly-in live into SimVenture next year. And this is just a little practice run. We're going to take off from here. You want to, we're departing runway 29, right-hand turn, heading more or less east to the Wisconsin River, and then follow the river north. Climb to altitude 1,500 feet or below, and we will be doing a quick landing at Kilo Oscar Victor Sierra Boscobel. It's only 21 nautical miles. The heading as the crow flies will be 67, but as I said, let's head east, pick up the Wisconsin River, you can't miss it, and then just follow that up. It's probably northeast, and we're then landing at Boscobel runway 25, so we'll keep its right-hand traffic, keep the runway on your right, fly past the runway, loop round, and land runway 25. What I recommend for the landing is a long landing. It's a long runway, and taxi right to the end, because we'll be departing from runway 20. Okay, and welcome. I recognize many of the people that's here with us today. Thanks again for joining us. Abdullah, to Alan Paul, Blue Boy, nice to see you guys. Thanks very much for your support. Yeah, Dan Lance, welcome, my friend. Now,
Don't forget me.
Dan Lance organized one of the flights that we did earlier this year, and I am looking for another volunteer, so if anybody's got good ideas and would like to host a flight on the Simhanger Discord channel with my help and assistance, I'm looking for one more volunteer. Drop me a personal message or to Horde and let us know what your ideas are, and we can then maybe pick up from that and take it from there. Now, we got so many people, I can't say hello to everybody, so hello everybody. But
hello.
Hello, Mark.
welcome to Icon Bills, Julian 57.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
Limes Fly, Pigs
Hi,
Fly.
Good day.
Pippo the Clown, I hope you got your volume sorted, my mate.
Rat Trap.
And of course, Rat Trap. And so it goes on. Steve T is here, and many others. So, enough yak, I think.
Is there a yak around?
Let's. I'm gonna take off a little bit after many of you. So let's head on to the runway, and let's take off. And a reminder: right-hand turn to the Wisconsin River, and let's keep our speed to about 140 knots, or roughly 160 miles per hour if you're flying in the Comanche 250. And let's go, guys.
Do we have a flight time and weather suggestion?
Yes, as per the notes, set your time for around 7 a.m. In-sim time about 7 a.m. Let's go, guys. Let's go, go, go. In fact, we got so many people flying, it's not picking up all the aircraft. A bit weird. I'm just seeing some names go down the runway. Here comes NJ Pilot, Limes Fly. There we go. Now we're getting some volume. This is wonderful. We're filling the skies, guys. We're filling the skies.
As always, Mark, as always.
Hello to Sun Oil Keller. Thanks for joining me again.
Thanks, Mark. Always a pleasure to fly with you.
Good evening, Mark.
Hi, how are you, sir?
Not bad. A bit of a late comer. Just had a COVID jab, and I'm just start firing up my PC. I'll be with you shortly.
No problem, my friend. Ninja, here you go. Oh, and you're in the Simhanger DA62, am I right? Right, I think we better get going. Hello to Tunesy on the chat.
Tunesy.
Q8 Pilot. Hello, my friend. Very happy for you, Mark. You're a pillar of the flight sim community. Well, that's very nice of you to say, Osama. I hope all these guys listening agree with you.
I personally do agree.
Just for speed, Mark, where are you flying from? Sorry.
Stand by, I'm just taking off. It's Kilo Papa Delta Charlie. It's quite a long runway, don't need any flaps. We're up, gear up.
For some reason, I can't see anyone. Am I doing something wrong here, Mike? It's been a long while since I've flown with you.
Southeast Asia server.
What the fuck? Check
Watch the
Careful of
language,
language.
Sorry, Mark. Kilo Papa.
guys. Delta
Charlie.
Thank you. Bloody pen.
I am on a correct server. For some reason, I can't see anyone.
You got all
Southeast Asia
live players
server.
on.
Beautiful sunrise here, 7 a.m. Great time.
Lovely.
Oh, just into it, yeah.
I'm getting just a little tad of turbulence here. Nothing
Is it
major.
sunrise over there as well, Alex?
You mean,
Where you are?
no. Sun is about to set. Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
would you like us at, Mark?
Altitude 1500 feet, which I've just overshot.
What speed, Mark?
Around 140 knots or thereabouts, or about 160 miles an hour if you're in the Comanche. I'm on a heading of about, what am I on a heading? It's about 70 degrees heading towards the
river.
heading. I should be actually a little bit more than that, about 90 degrees we want to head directly to the river. And then follow the river up to Kilo Oscar Victor Sierra Boscobel Airport, and we're landing runway 27.
Yee. Backwards.
Why do you say backwards?
Well,
I like to land with the propeller in the front.
so do I. But Mark wants to do it the other way around, apparently. You've got to go past it and come back in reverse.
You're going to do that at Oshkosh too.
Hopefully not.
We don't want to come straight in. That's too simple and easy.
Yes.
Mark, did you say we're going to do an extended downwind?
What, for Boscobel? Are you asking about Boscobel?
Yes, the first one. I know the Oshkosh is a quick one, but the other one.
No, it's at your own discretion. Just keep the airport to your right, fly past it, and then loop round for runway 25.
He was just saying it's a long runway.
It's a very long runway. Plan on a long landing, probably midpoint, because we're going to take off runway 20, which is right at the end of runway 25. So you've got plenty of time. Right. I'm coming up on the river now. Don't forget to hit the B key so you get your altitude right, guys.
What happened? All I can hear is a clock in the background,
Yeah.
ticking away.
Wrong car. He's got a very loud grandfather clock. I have the new AccuSeason that just came out running. It looks really nice.
Oh, so you're enjoying it?
Yes, it's really, really nice.
Is anybody else using it? Because I've had
I
got
got it.
a lot of mixed feedback, and my overall impression, perhaps wrongly, has been a bit of a negative one.
I think
Oh, that's-
the program is great. I think the upload process and the tweaks you have to jump through to prove it's yours is really bad. I think the company is terrible. I think the product is excellent. I use AccuSeason all the time. I really like it, but this particular update that happened the other day didn't work for me, and apparently there's a lot of tickets already posted, so I think there's a bug because it just didn't update. Lots of serial numbers disappearing and having to re-enter them and find it, and they make it very, very difficult. That sounds like it, yeah. So I'm still running the old program, but I like it. But when it works, it's excellent. It's the terrain colouring in America and Europe is excellent. Weather's really good. The trees are good. It doesn't. There's no penalty on frames per second. It's very good.
Guys, just a reminder, altitude 1,500 feet.
Is there a consensus on a long flight that's like this, whether people use autopilot or hand flying?
That's at your discretion, but I think it would be perhaps a combination of both.
I use both.
Ditto.
It's nice to fly over the river.
Is anybody flying with us from this part of the world? Because I'm not familiar with the area, to be honest. I'll take that as a no then.
When I was in Alaska, the pilot said that they use the navigation system IFYR. I follow Yukon River.
Yeah.
I'm from Smethwick in the UK, if that counts as close.
You're not close to anywhere.
Quiet, boy, quiet.
Do you mean
All right.
metaphysically?
All right, Bob.
All right.
On the chat, guys, we've got to say hello to Scoots and hello to Hudson.
Is he in the chat?
He's in
Hello,
the chat.
hello everyone that we haven't said hello to.
And of course,
Hello.
James is saying, I see everyone is well prepared. Now, am I wrong, or do I detect a slight bit of sarcasm in that comment?
No, there's a lot of sarcasm.
Probably the latter.
Oh, James is here.
I gotta go.
James' fault.
Take care, bro. Always my fault. I take full responsibility for everything.
Jolly good. That's a good man.
Ever.
Oh, is this a touch and go or a full stop?
This is a full stop, and we're coming up on the airport.
Okay.
We'll need landing gear then, quick. Which one was it?
As you follow the river, you'll go over a bridge, and as you go over the bridge, if you just look to your left, I beg your pardon, to your right, you'll see the runway. That's the wrong end. We're landing the other end. So keep the airport to your right, fly past the runway, and then we're going to do a 180 and loop back for a touchdown a long landing, runway 25. Altitude is 673 feet. Then we want to taxi and hold short runway 20 for our departure on the next leg.
What tells me which runways which?
I can see a number of people landing already.
Time for name tags to go off, I think.
Alan Paul
I don't know
down.
if I can keep up with you. I'm in the van's tail as it had an update the other day.
I'll be alright, Martin.
Step orders down by the looks of it. Stranded spies down.
Alan Paul forgot to land.
Oh dear.
And as always, Southeast Asia server has crashed on me.
Oh, I'm okay at the moment. Where are you based?
That's unusual, isn't it?
I'm in Western US. I don't know what it is about the server. It happens every time. It's probably on my. Oh, well, it's definitely on my end.
Flaps one stage down and gear down.
I'm on the West Coast. I don't have any problems with the South Asia server.
Yeah, even when I'm flying with James, every time he uses it, my computer, or not computer, but the sim crashes on me.
Oh, I see what you mean by name tags. Where's the runway?
Where's the name tags?
You shouldn't be so popular, Mark.
Okay, here we go. I'm following Quartz Tech and Sir Nigel in. Remember, a bit of a long landing, guys. Otherwise, you're going to be taxing for ages.
Flaps down.
Tony Dark Zero, there you are.
Good evening.
Are you going to assist me herding cats, sir?
I'm looking forward to the end.
Okay. Oops. I'm going to be flying through a number of aircraft by the look of it. Boom. Okay, and then off to runway 20, guys. It crosses the main runway and just make a right-hand turn to backtrack runway 20.
My engine stopped. Anybody know how to restart?
Control E is the shortcut.
Was it control?
Don't do that if you're near Kodiak because it will blow the engine up.
No, I'm in a caravan.
Is somebody
Was it?
the Beechcraft D18, is it?
I missed what you said, Mark. Was it control?
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Control E.
Mark, you could use a notch more volume at my end, especially when I go external.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Never mind then.
No, I couldn't do it.
No, I agree. You could be a little bit louder, Mark.
Okay, I can sort that out.
Control E is doing nothing.
You sound absolutely fine, Mark. You're just quiet than everyone else.
Okay, let me just adjust that quickly.
I guess that's because you guys are in England.
No, there's nothing wrong with England under the weather.
No, that's it. Or that's what it is.
How's that now, guys? Is that any better?
Yeah, good.
I guess.
I mean, I'm okay. I can adjust the volume on my headset, so you got all that.
How about now?
Yeah. For me, that's
Still a little low, I think.
How about now?
It's fine for me.
Yeah, that's better.
But it doesn't sound any louder to me at all than it did before. So it depends what Discord server you're on and what people's.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Can you read from Can you read from this card, Mark?
Depends on your own settings, doesn't it?
Top letters only. Work your way down.
Okay, voice on the stream is okay, so I'm going to just stay with what I've got, guys. I hope you can all hear me.
Yep.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
It's those velvet tones, Mark.
That's
Sorry
what
I
it is.
mentioned it.
How's this?
Fine.
Good. Okay, is everybody down?
Well, I am.
I am down. Mark, I need a little bit of a help if you can give me a tip. Can't seem to find anyone. Just landed.
Are you on the Southeast Asia server?
Yes, I am. And multiplayer is on.
Is it all players?
And all players.
All players, yeah.
If
I think it's all player. This is it's a setting from the data, correct?
No.
Yep.
No. Go.
That's the setting that you set when you start the flights.
When you set your weather, when you are as you load your flight plan and what have you, from the top left hand you can load your aircraft, and from the top right hand you can load your weather. And in there are your multiplayer settings, and they need to be set to all players and live players.
I think that's where probably I missed it. Is it possible to go back and still come back on the same location where I am now?
What you'll have to do, if you exit now and then you can't load the flight plan, but you can just choose airport Kilo Oscar Victor Sierra and you can join us.
If you have any difficulty with that, when you go onto the main map, you'll be able to see everyone that's flying in this server near KPDC or KOVS, and just click on one person, you'll land on all of us then.
Abdullah,
Okay.
Abdullah, if you want to join down on voice chat channel 1 down at the bottom, I'll help you through while the stream's still running. The guys can carry on.
Won't be easy because I'm in VR, so I need to get out to see it.
Okay, well if you need help, I'll be in voice chat 1.
Voice chat 1. All right. Problem. What I'm gonna do? Problem. Just gonna remove the VR and fly in 2D.
Okay, mate. No problem.
How can you do that?
Okay, guys, let's talk about our next leg. Is really our last leg, going through the various waypoints. So we'll just talk this through bit by bit, but initially we're going to continue to follow the Wisconsin River in the northeast direction. You need to tune VOR 1 to 117.00. Okay, and that is the Dells Baraboo VOR. What a lovely name, Baraboo. I wonder where that comes from. Anyway, that's the Dells Baraboo VOR 117, and then you need to track that and then turn inbound directly to that VOR on a heading of, I think it's 50 degrees. Yeah, 50 degrees.
Right.
So
Yeah.
when your VOR is pointing at 50 degrees, you can then turn inbound direct to that VOR. When you cross the VOR, it's more or less the same direction, and we will continue on a heading of 48 degrees in altitude for this leg. We got a little bit of higher ground to cover. It will be 3,500 feet. Any questions, guys?
No, let's go.
Which way we're turning out the runway?
We're departing runway 20.
We stay at one.
Which way we're turning?
Follow the river.
Well, you're
No, left hand or right hand.
Just follow somebody that knows where they're going.
as you take off, the river's right in front of you. Follow it. Yeah, it's not a left-hand or right-hand turn. The river's going to be slightly on your left, but maintain runway heading and follow the river. The river is going to be more or less in front of you. Am I right? I think so.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to go the other way though.
Yeah, you'd be going in the opposite direction.
I think it's a left-hand turn.
Let me check.
It's a left-hand turn. Yes.
You'll figure it out when you're in the air. You're
Yeah.
either going to turn left or right, and you're going to follow the river east.
I beg your pardon, it is a left-hand turn or right-hand. Left-hand would make the most sense. Let's go, guys.
Thanks, Matt.
Now, don't we stay at 1500 until we cross the radial, then we start climbing?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Stay at 1,500 feet till you cross radial inbound Dells Baraboo VOR 117.0 at 50 degrees, and then climb 3,500 and hold that altitude.
I don't know how to do the radio, so I'll just follow everyone.
Let's go, guys.
Is there any reason why I've lost everybody's name tag?
Going on? What's going on?
It'll just be proximity and then dipping in and out.
Oh.
Got all the aircraft, just no name tag.
If you're too close, you won't see the name tags.
It's a setting as well.
Yeah, I can't remember if you press a certain button, it takes all the name tags off. I can't remember what it is.
There's not a default keybind for it. It's only if you set one up yourself. But it will do that.
Well, I did it once, and I pressed the button and all name tags disappeared. And I had nothing assigned to it.
Well, you got lucky and hit the default one.
What on earth is the matter with this? This sim has got a mind of its own. I've took off from the first airport.
Unlike the pilot.
I've landed perfectly, and I've come to take off now, and everything's just gone haywire.
You've run out of skill.
I never had any skill.
Have you tried a tomato sandwich?
Yeah, that cures everything.
No, they've run out of tomatoes. I had them the other night.
Oh, don't start that again, please.
What is this tomato? Is that like a tomato?
No,
it's like a tomato.
It's a long-standing joke. You don't want to know about it.
Don't
It'll drive you mad.
Don't get him started onto his tomato sandwiches.
Let's call the whole thing off.
What is a potato?
Okay, so climb 1,500 feet and VOR 117.00. And you'll probably find your VOR isn't picked up initially, but as we progress, it will be.
This is looking great, finding you all in the drone camp.
Yeah. Why aren't you flying with us?
Wow.
Because he only flies with
Too
Hudson.
much information to take in.
He only flies with Hudson.
it gets stressful with you here at Trap. So
It is. Too busy thinking about tomato sandwiches, eh?
yeah, it gets stressful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to have one hand free so I can cry.
I might as well be in an helicopter for what good I'm doing in this DA.
I did see you at the end of the runway. I don't know what you were doing. You dropped some
Well,
money or something.
No, everything was going perfect till I come to take off, and then someone took over.
Well, that's sort of not really perfect, is it?
No, well,
everything was
the
perfect
first-
until I got on the aircraft.
The first leg was perfect.
Oh.
Took off, flew the leg, landed. Come to take off for the second leg, and it just went. Don't like.
Just a reminder.
What sort of speed should we be doing?
That's just what I was going to say. A reminder to
160.
everybody, 160 miles an hour or about 140 knots.
So, Mark, having tried all of the headsets and the recent price reduction of the Varia, are you tempted by any?
To be honest, I'm not tempted by the Varjo Aero. It's a great headset. I have used it. I used it for about 4 months. And the graphics are very good indeed. No question. But the FOV vertical is very narrow. And it's just not for me. This may sound crazy, but it's only a personal opinion. And that's why I haven't voiced it loud and proud. But my favorite VR headset right now, without doubt, is the Pico 4.
We know that. How's that compared to the G2, do you think? Do you think it's worth an upgrade from the G2?
If you've got a 4080 or 4090 graphics card, yes. And I tell you why, the visuals are not necessarily better, but the sweet spot is huge.
Yeah, that's...
The FOV is significantly larger, and the binocular overlap is so much better, and what that does is give you amazing clarity.
Is 4070 Ti, Mark, is that man enough?
Not in my opinion, because you need to use virtual desktop, and you could, yes, it is man enough. You need to use virtual desktop and you run on God mode, but you would have to have your settings at medium, and that sort of defeats the object to some degree.
Is that because it's wireless, or would it run wireless and wired, or is it just wireless?
It will
Wireless.
run. It'll run both. The problem being that if you're running on wires, then the problem you've got is you have to use something called the streaming assistant, and performance is not great.
Okay.
You can use an RJ connector, can't you, as well? And a powered connection.
You can.
Isn't the Pico 5 supposed to get the old display port back?
Now the Pico 5, it's only rumor at this time, but what I believe is going to happen is that it is coming out in 3 versions. The Pico 5, which will be very much like the Pico 4, but with an upgrade in the visuals. You will then get the Pico Pro, which will provide eye tracking, hand tracking, and various other bits and pieces. And then you will get the Pico 5 Pro Max. And what's interesting about that, it will come with DisplayPort.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, that's the one to, and it's about, was it about 850 or something in that region?
Yeah,
estimated,
about 850. But here's the cracker is, it's 4K per eye.
And with Mark's discount code.
Oh,
discount code, you only get 2K.
I can see your impish smile from here, Mark.
I forgot to turn. I'm a bit late, but I'm turning.
Sorry, is that generally, or
Sorry, I was a bit slow. I was a bit slow on that. Whoa! Yeah. Right, climb 3,500.
Roger.
I think if my G2 will last till the back end of next year, that Pico Pro is the one that I'll pursue for sure.
That's a really good idea, Tony, to be honest. I think the G2 is good enough to last, quality to last for a bit longer.
I'm going to be stuck on the Quest for a while.
I think the G2 is still a great headset.
Not bad.
I'm going to be interested to see how the Quest 3 performs.
I already owe like $100,000 or more in hospital bills. I'm stuck on the Quest 2.
Still a kidney?
Yeah, I got 2 of those.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't need one.
Yeah, I
One
might be
for
able to
each
sell
eye.
one on the black market.
Yep. Nip down to Mexico.
Guys, what heading are we on now?
048. 048. Roughly.
It was a question mark. It was a question from Wyatt the pilot in the chat in the stream chat. What flight plan app do you recommend for Xbox Flight Sim?
There isn't one.
I was going to say that.
Is the
Well,
long
you
and
can use little nav map. I guess. Oh no, you can't. You can't set that either, can you?
there's no application that will let you just automatically load up a flight plan. I use Little Navmap and programs such as that to get all the information. Then I manually put it in on the world map, and at the moment that seems to be as far as we can go.
I think can't you load up to your if you've got a PC app or even an iPad, load up to the cloud, and then download that from there?
No. It's been that was a discussion that a few of us had a few weeks ago. You can't do it.
The only
If
way
you have,
if you
if you've got
I'll just go. If
so
you,
Matt, go on, carry on, Matt.
There are a number of aircraft which will allow you to import a sim brief data, and that's as close as you can get.
Is that rain ahead?
Maybe when they incorporate Navigraph into Xbox, but no, it's just not going to work that way because it relies on files, doesn't it?
I say I use the PMS GTN 750, and that has an import, and you can, as long as you drop it in the right folder, it imports the flight plan, and that's what I've done for this flight.
But not for Xbox. I mean,
No, not for that.
Sorry, Wyatt. Down to the standard flight planner.
So on the Xbox, if you have a PC and it's capable, i.e., it has enough disk space to install Flight Sim, so about quarter of a terabyte, then you can, and you've got it on Xbox. You'll have Game Pass. You can load Flight Sim on your PC, load the flight plan on the PC, save it to the cloud, hope it syncs okay. Quick Flight Sim on your PC, then load it up on Xbox, and 9 times out of 10 it will have synced across the Xbox. One time out of 10 it just won't have synced.
Perfect, Wyatt. Just go to Curry's and spend 1,500 quid on the computer and then you're done.
Well, I think there's quite a few people, myself included, that have got access to a PC, but not one which is capable of actually running Flight Sim. I've got a Mac. I run it on a VM on a Mac. On an emulator. You cannot load flights. You can load Flight Sim, but you will not be able to fly anything at more than about half a frame a second. But it will load it up. It doesn't have to be. It will complain that it's below the minimum specs, but it will still. Still fly. It still load it up for that. It's slow. It's cumbersome, and I would only do it if I had a very complex flight plan to load. But it does work.
Maybe 24 will address that.
I hope so. There's a few third-party developers that are looking at it seriously to see what they can do. Like Parallel 42, for instance, they've got things working on Xbox to download things from the cloud. The issue is, how do they turn that into a viable business model? Because cloud hosting is not free. So they have to have some way of sort of covering that, you know, and it's only worth doing if there's a big enough market to do so.
There's a number of ways that it can be done, but the reality, unfortunately, for Xbox is it is quicker and easier just to enter it.
As things stand at the moment, that is the case. And
if you've got a waypoint, custom waypoint, use a number of different systems. There's Dan Lance's system, using various third-party applications on Xbox, or use my one to convert navmap waypoint data directly into coordinates that Microsoft Flight Sim can understand.
When I was preparing for this flight, I'm on Xbox, and all I did, earlier on this afternoon, I programmed the flight plan into the world map and then saved it. At least then, when I log on tonight, I've got it ready and saved, ready to go.
That's what I do if I'm using Xbox. Exactly that. If you've got a PC, there's just one thing. If you've got a PC available, bring in the flight plan. If you can save it to the cloud, you can access it via the Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, but everyone just ignored you, so.
Oh, Roger.
That's fine.
I've got used to that over the years.
I actually got it that time. Well, I guess I'm getting used to his weird way of speaking.
Who's that Tunesy's way of speaking?
Yeehaw!
That's offensive.
Oh.
I'm offended on someone else's behalf.
Oh, how are you?
Old Gunner, what are you flying?
T-37.
Oh.
I switched out of the Bronco. It was giving me some issues. This plane never gives me issues.
Have they got a release date for the 24 sim yet?
2024.
Yeah, a release.
late September.
Sometime
late September before it comes out.
I'm gonna guess, because I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's exactly the same date that the original sim was released on.
That's what I'm thinking too.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah, can anybody believe it's over 3 years on this now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Brian.
are they asking for beta testers? You know.
Can anyone believe that it's been 3 years on this and it's still this broken?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've crashed once.
But you know, there's a lot wrong with it. But to be honest, there's an awful lot right with it.
Roger. Oh, no doubt.
Absolutely. Well, it's still pretty amazing.
Will they have a beta program?
Yes, they will.
Yes.
But I don't know, and I'm guessing again. I'm speculating. I think it will be a very closed beta.
Yeah, they're nearly all on these days, aren't they? Limited. First come, first serve.
I bet you've already got your copy, haven't you, Mark?
Yeah. Come on, Mark.
No, I got Microsoft Flight Simulator 3032.
What career are you going to do, Mark?
And the problem is, it's still got the same problems, guys. So
implant straight into your head.
You got the pensioner version.
I can't believe I've got Windows 98
Ouch.
to run alongside you lot.
So it's
Mark, can I just ask why there's only about 4 people on the 150 radio that I'm on, and about 40 people like on a completely different radio to the left? Is that?
You should be.
Am I in the wrong, or is everyone else in the wrong?
You should be
following Mark.
You should
must be following me.
We're on the 50-degree radial, not 150.
It's
oh my God, where am I going?
It's the 50-degree radial.
Yeah, I'm on the 50-degree radial. But it just seems to be.
I'm on the 50.
I just seem to be along.
Yeah, I noticed there was a
lot
lot on the flight plan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is it? People flying on flight plan.
I'm not flying on the flight plan.
Are we landing
Just
at
past
Ellis?
DLL, going to VPen V.
Well, I'm about a week behind you lot.
Are we not landing here?
No, we're not landing here. This is just a VOR, although there is a Dells Airport here. This is just a waypoint. We're going to continue for 17 nautical miles, maintaining 3,500 feet to one of the first transition points used in Air Venture, which is Victor Papa Echo November Victor, which is Endeavour. But we're going to maintain 3,500 till we're overhead. Heading is about 48 degrees or thereabouts. And
Wow.
And so it's more or less the same heading as what we're on now. And then we are going to, once we're overhead Endeavour, we're going to start a gradual descent to the next transition point, which is Puckaway, Victor Papa Lima Kilo. It's another 11 nautical miles. And at Puckaway is where we're going to start herding cats, and we're going to go into a hold pattern at 2,500 feet and slow to 130 knots.
Who's going to release us out of the holding pattern?
I am, sir.
Got it.
Does anybody know the top speed of a DA62? Well, going vertically downwards, it's about 250. Vertically down, right?
Yeah, when you're flying it right out, it goes about 300, doesn't it? Straight down.
Well, I could lose a bit of airspeed. I'm at 4,900 at the minute, so I'm trying to catch up.
You can increase your sim rate.
No, that's cheating. I don't want to do that.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to jump into the Piper because this 172 is a bit too slow.
Well, Hudson is asking, am I in my new toy? In brackets motion rig. No, I'm not for the stream. But I have spent quite a bit of time in it since I had it, as you can imagine. Is it somebody else has got? Is it Julian? You've got a motion rig?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm showing as Horace 45 on the actual flight.
Okay, so has anybody else got a motion rig?
Oh, I wish.
Spyglass got H6.
I've got a deck chair.
Only when the wife slaps me around the back of the head.
Amazingly enough, I got three
I've
in
got a
the
toilet.
house. They're all in a small room. Yeah.
Do you know? I don't know.
A toilet. That's my motion rig.
I don't know why I even ask these questions. Jesus.
I always get emotional.
The light dawns.
You know,
I always get a bing bong and then an emotion at the front door.
well, I tell you what, guys, some of your answers make me emotional.
You should be. You should be.
Can you imagine half of this lot using the screwdriver, Mark? Eh?
So if any of you guys that actually have a motion rig want to adopt a fat disabled American, just send me a message.
Yeah. Well, when I work out where Mark lives, he won't have a motion rig much longer.
I got to tell
There you go.
He's only an hour away.
I got to tell you guys, it's absolutely amazing. I haven't quite got the settings as I want them. I'm still spending a bit of time on that, but it is transformative, and it's transformative especially in VR. But I am going to get that magic box, and I am going to hook it up with the monitor to the rig. The monitor is going to be fastened to the rig, and I'm going to use it with the Xbox and see what it's like. I'm quite excited just to try that, just to see the other extreme.
So you're going to add your HF8 to it as well, Mark?
The HF8 is currently installed, and it is absolutely amazing. The HF8 with the motion rig.
Put a butt kicker on as well, Mark. It's great.
I've got a butt kicker, but I'm not using it. It's with the HF8. I find I don't need it, and if I know you can change the settings, but I find the butt kicker, I don't know, too aggressive, too coarse.
In haptic software, that seems to smooth it out a lot more.
Yeah, I'm just with the HF8, it's more subtle, definitely, but there's more of a surround to it, if you know what I mean. And of course, I can use both together. There's nothing stopping me using both together. But right now, I'm not using the butt kicker, but I've got one.
Yeah, I use the butt kicker, the old jet seat, and on my H6, so it's got everything there. In turbulence, BIAC, you've got seat belts as well.
Yeah, yeah.
This is really great. A close formation flight with, I think, about 5 aircraft flying off behind Mark.
I can't see anybody. I must be near the front.
I see more than 5.
Yeah, it's more than 5, but I can see 5 now.
Yeah, I got Horace 45. I think you're in the C310.
Yeah, that's right.
I got Red Ruff and Saw. Love that name, by the way. Red Ruff and Saw. Steve C. Jimbo. Doberman, you're catching up. Limes Fly and PB1127 is in close proximity. And right behind me, of course, is the Twin Otter with floats.
Yep, and I'm on the echelon right of the Twin Otter.
Yeah, I just looked back, it looks amazing.
And I got Trip 500 just behind the Twin Otter. And I got Old Gunner doing all sorts of acrobatics in the background.
That's what I do.
Good for you. Now, as we come to the river, if you're not sure where the fix point is, there's a bend in the river. Head towards that, and you'll see a bridge. And just on this side of the river, just by the bridge, that is the Endeavour transition point. And from here, we're going to turn on a heading of 96 degrees. Descend to 2,500, and it's 11 nautical miles to Puckaway, where we're going to commence our hold. And Tony Doc Zero has promised me he's going to help me herd cats.
I think I'll be very quiet and concentrating.
What was the altitude, Mark? Sorry.
2,500 on the, once you're overhead Endeavour, descend to 2,500, level by Puckaway, and as you reach Puckaway, slow to no more than 130 knots.
Another lovely name. And there's another one that Packwalkie to the just by the VPMV waypoint. Packwalkie.
Now at this point also, guys, you will the VOR 117.0 is no longer really of any good to you. So tune into Oshkosh directly 116.75, and that's not much use to you in terms of navigating, but if you've got distance on it, at least it gives you an approximate distance to our final destination. And once we're over Endeavour and we're heading on roughly 90 or 96 to 100 degrees or thereabouts, you'll see in the middle distance 3 lakes, a small one and 2 larger ones. Our puckaway is actually at the corner of the large lake on the left. Virtue Sim, how are you doing? Just coming past me.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I was
Hey,
just
no offense,
tuning in
but
11675.
as someone who just had open heart surgery, I'd prefer not to go to our final destination. If I
Land long. Land long.
We're still quite a distance away from our final destination.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I wanted to hear.
Not going through any tunnels, are we? Long tunnels.
No, no light. I'm not
No
going
lights.
into the light today.
Nope. You did stay away from that light.
I did. That light didn't want me, probably.
Yeah, we probably went, oh my
Backed you
god.
out, didn't it?
Guys, you should start your descent now.
Yep.
You want to be down just a little bit before puckaway so that you can reduce your speed. And then we're going to enter into a holding pattern. And for those of you, let's have a look here on the stream. Should be able to see the holding pattern I've just put up. So at puckaway is where we start. It's basically you're looking at a standard turn, a 1 minute hold, 1 minute turn and 1 minute leg. It may be a little bit tight actually with all this aircraft, but hey, we'll give it a go.
Okay, we see your holding pattern on the screen.
I think I'm losing my engine.
Just started the second turn in the holding pattern.
Wow, you're way ahead of us.
You'll probably find your engines on the wings.
Yeah, something's going on with it.
So for those of you that want a reminder, the holding pattern, we're on a heading of 96 degrees, and we're then going to do a 1 minute turn, and then at 130 knots turn on a heading of 276 and then turn back to 96 and so on.
Okay. Well, I'm in the drone cam either above or below you, and I want to see a perfect oval.
While you're watching the sorry, I think you're watching the wrong channel.
I'm going to be screenshotting it and sending it off.
I think it's in the
FAA
wrong universe.
approval. Oh, there's a cloud in the way, how convenient.
Where can I see the holding pattern?
You can't
I'm
see
just
it.
going around the link.
On the stream, if you can see the stream.
I can see the chat.
It's on the YouTube.
In events details in Discord, there's a map.
Okay.
Just following you guys.
According to my traffic, there's quite a few people off to the left of the radio of the holding pattern.
Correct. Should be on the edge of the lake.
Yeah.
That's the southern edge of the lake.
If you're in the Comanche and using the autopilot, if you go to the ST or stabilizer mode, and then
Tin Man's on, Red Ruff is on.
and then you can just use the dial to actually give you
Mark's
a
doing his
1
turn
minute
in.
turn.
Let's form an orderly queue, chaps.
Here we go. This is epic. Come on. That's epic.
Oh, like a ballet.
Alright, I'm just starting the second turn.
You're
It
way
is a
ahead of
ballet.
us.
Performed by kindergarten school children, but it's still a ballet.
You're a tough man to please, you know.
Yeah, you can't all have it all sweet and rosy. You have to have someone on the
You only just worked that out, Mark.
Well, he's downright rosy compared to me.
Oh yeah, it does look good. Look, it's good. Everyone's going in the same, apart from Jimbo. Jimbo, where you going? Jimbo, the other way. Most of you are going the correct way.
What is that doing now?
Ah, it's joining the. Yeah. Oh wow, look.
Mark, you're turning left?
No, it's I got the wrong setting on my autopilot. My mistake. Now correcting.
Yeah, it's probably too late now, but you could have inserted a holding pattern at this point on the flight plan using the Garmin 1000.
Yeah, I could have, but I didn't.
That would be professional.
Because one of the reasons is then you don't know which transition point you're going to get when you fly this route, and you don't know when and if you're going to get a hold. In SimVenture, it's actually quite rare for you to get a hold. But if we were to come in as a bit of a horde, then that would certainly wake things up, and we may well end up getting into a hold pattern.
Are we going around again?
Do we keep looping?
Is anybody not in the hold yet?
I have no idea where I am.
I'm holding up the rear, Mark. I'm holding up the rear.
Are you in the hold?
I'm a bit behind it. I'm just turning on doing the first turn now.
Up the corner.
I'm just starting my first turn for the second time.
Yeah, I'm just finishing my first hold.
What speed are we at, Mark?
130.
Okay, perfect.
I'm doing a little bit more than that.
There are a few people doing a bit more than that.
Yeah, I'm
That's
doing about 165.
Yeah, that's because I just went far too wide. Now doing about 130. Which is about
really bad
one
frame rate.
Okay, so in the hold, when we come out of the hold, we want to go to Greenway, which is our actual transition. It's about 8 nautical miles, so we want to descend to 1800 feet, and just before Greenway, not right at the beginning, otherwise slow down too much. Just before Greenway, you want to slow to 90 knots. And then from there, we're going to turn, and the heading to Greenway is about 80 degrees. So let's release as you stay in the hold until you come out on the straight leg, and then turn on a heading of 80 degrees and descend to 1,800 feet.
How many times around? I'm on number 2.
That wherever you are in the hold, complete the hold, complete the complete hold, and then exit the hold on a heading of 80 degrees, heading towards Greenway, and that'll bring you over the lakes.
Just started the third turn.
I am just departing the hold now, and on a heading of 80 degrees. It's not far to Greenway, so I'm going to start slowing now and descending to 1,800 feet. Now, the regulation is that from whatever the transition point is that you're given, that is the point at which the 1,800 feet and 90 knots becomes applicable. There are actually 2 levels of, there's a 2,300 and I think it's about 130 knots, and there's this one which is the slower one. for many of us, we're probably going to have to go gear down and flaps to maintain straight and level flight at that sort of speed. Certainly for the Comanche, that's the requirement.
I'm slowly losing frame rates.
So I'm approaching Greenway now. I'm at 2,200 feet, so continuing my descent, and I'm starting to slow. $140, whoa!
140 woo?
Yeah, 140 miles per hour, and you can have first stage of flaps and gear down. Jeez. And then from there, from Ripon at 1,890 knots, heading of 66, guys.
1,890 knots. I don't think I'll be able to make that.
Sorry, 1,800 feet and 90 knots. I can see a Comanche going past me with the gear down. I'm almost at Greenway. 1,800 feet.
What's the name of the airport, Mark?
Sorry?
What's the name of the airport we're landing at?
It is Kilo Oscar Sierra Hotel. It's Oshkosh. William
Whitman.
Hartford. Yeah, Whitman Regional.
Thank you.
And this plane does not like this slow speed.
Yeah.
Looks pretty though, Brian. It was like a bird from above. The pattern.
I'm like right on the verge. If I had a stick shaker, it'd be shaking.
Flaps in gear.
Yeah, I've
got it.
I've gone full flaps. Just turning on now. And we're heading towards Ripon.
I think if we had the music, it'd be Ride of the Valkyries.
I just watched that movie the other day.
Yeah, just looking at you lot coming in, Ride of the Valkyries is playing in my head.
My daughter thinks that's the Kill the Rabbit song.
What it is? Yeah, the rabbit.
Kill the rabbit.
You know, not only does the airplane not like this speed, but doing it with the Xbox controller is making it extra special. Not particularly enjoyable.
No, it's part of
It's
the
like
challenge.
flying in treacle in the Piper.
And this is part of the challenge, guys, of this is, yeah, I'm going to have to put in quite a lot of getting too slow now. And we're now...
Coronado V.
So again, if you're flying the Comanche, you're looking at about 104, 105 miles an hour, or 90 knots. But if you have a look on the airspeed indicator, you'll see that in the little inset, knots is shown as well.
Are you full flaps, Mark?
Full flaps and gear down.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Same here.
There goes the stall warning.
I'm in the Comanche, gear down 1 notch of flaps at 100 miles an hour.
I'm in the Coronado V-tail, and I'm in 1 lot of flaps gear down.
I'm in the Blackwing. I don't have to worry.
I'm lost.
I'm in the bushes.
Okay, now we're on our way. What we need to do, guys, is sort of get in a line rather than spread out. We want to all sort of follow each other, so it's herding cats time.
Form an orderly queue. Form an orderly queue, chaps.
Yeah. And the cats are blind and deaf.
And I can see Ripon ahead of us, yeah? I'm at 1,800 and somebody's in the Kodiak. Yeah, you should be able to do that speed in the Kodiak. Full flaps, I would think, not sure.
Nah, not full flaps of Kodiak.
Oh, you're not?
Well, no, I mean full flaps of the Kodiak is you get a lot of drag.
Okay, as we come to Ripon, and I'll show this on the stream, is as we come up, you're going to see we got to follow the railway tracks, not the road. So as we approach it, you'll see the road fairly distinctively.
Second notch.
And then to the left of the road are silos, and the railway starts at the silos. Follow the railway track by trying to fly directly overhead the railway tracks, and to get there you need to identify the silos, which should be slightly on your left hand side, and that's where the railway tracks are. And then let's follow the railway tracks, and we're heading towards Fisk. The heading, you shouldn't be flying GPS. The heading to Fisk is going to be around 50 degrees or so. Somebody's just flown through me.
Now rude. I've scooted up ahead to have a look at the scenery, and I'm afraid to tell you all the silos have been demolished and there's a block of flats in their way now. So
Thanks for that. Thanks for that useful information.
There's a big Costco there instead.
Yeah. Should have said Walmart.
Now, if you guys can see where I am, I'm heading directly towards the road, and I can see the silos. And the railway track is just branching away in parallel with the road on the left hand side. So from the silos, follow the railway tracks, guys, and maintain 1890 knots.
JL Aviation.
Need a Pico to be able to see those.
Bradley A. Sparks, you're following the road. You should try and follow the railway tracks, my friend.
I'm sure I'm following. I can see the silos.
He's on course now.
That's looking better. I'm now directly over the silos.
Really?
Jonesy, can you give me some directions, please?
Yeah, whichever way everyone's headed, you can go the opposite.
Nice.
That's my son's name, by the way, Mark.
Sorry?
You in.
I said Bradley A. Sparks is my son's name, by the way.
Ah. And he's bang on the railway tracks now. I'm
He's
following
good.
him. He's doing it very well.
Rat trap, you're too high.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't got rat trap on my screen. Is oh no, I've got him now.
So
You're about right.
let's get in a queue. Get in the queue, guys. Get in the queue, because this is
got a
how
silo.
this is how they do it.
half-mile separation.
Now, as we approach Fisk, there is what is called ground control at Fisk.
Major
And-
Tom there?
And he is indeed. But as we follow the railway tracks, we'll see the road and the railway tracks join. And they run next to each other for some distance, and then they split apart. At that point where they split apart, that's where you will be asked to identify yourself, and they will say something like green Comanche 250 or something like that, rock your wings. And you're required to do quite an aggressive rock, left, right, and we're going to do exactly the same, guys. We're going to rock our wings we're going to follow the railway tracks. It's going to join up and run parallel with the road, and at the point where the railway track splits away from the road, I want to see some rampant rocking of your wings.
Don't come a knocking.
How do they do that in this? How do they simulate that, Mark?
Because they've got visual on the ground.
No, I don't mean in the real life. I mean in the simulated.
They have ground control there. They have somebody. Yeah, he's probably sitting in an aircraft, but and he's zooming in. But they tell you to rock
what
your
in a
wings.
simulator?
Yeah.
All right, and he can see it. Oh, right.
Just like we are.
They must have bloody good eyesight.
Oh, we could use the
drone
drone.
cam. Yeah, drone cam. I can see you all.
Yeah, they just use different camera modes.
Right. Okay.
And like Santa Claus, they know when you're being good or bad, and they will call you out, and they will even send you a letter if you've been really bad.
They can tell whether or not you are flying on GPS, and then they will definitely call you out big time.
I'm looking at you all from the front, and I want to see you being a total bunch of wagglers.
So right now I'm
They're
where
coming up to
the
the split.
railway tracks and roads are running in parallel.
I'm just coming up to the split.
I see the split.
Should I wiggle or waggle?
That's it, guys. Get in the queue. Get in the queue. Flighty 300 right behind me.
Some rampant walking.
Rampant.
Rampant walking.
Rampant walking.
Rampant walking.
We said kill the wabbit.
Incontinentia bucket.
So if you guys have a look at
Really rampant walking at the split.
you guys have a look at about your 1 to 2 o'clock, that is our final destination there.
Make me feel
Okay,
sick.
I am coming up to where the road and the railways split, so I'm going to do my rampant walking.
You
Autopilot
wascally wabbit.
And I'm watching.
Okay,
I
so
see everything.
Oh, really
Yes,
web?
come up,
Really
rampant,
web?
oh, that is what they want.
Rampant
God.
walking coming up.
That look good.
Again, a bit sick. My poor old Doberman sitting next to me, he's banging his head against the window.
Now continue to follow the railway tracks, guys, not the road. Follow it into Fisk, and then there are 2 different transitions that are available to us, but we will be following the railway track transition, which is the one that will take us to the runway. If you can see where I am now, I'm over Fisk, and if I look directly out to my left, to my right, that's Fisk Avenue, and that's the way you would go for landing on the other end of Whitman Regional. But we're going to continue to follow along with for runway 27 and 09.
I wonder what your motion rig would have been like, Mark, with that wing waggling.
Yeah, it would have been definitely entertaining.
Your tea will fall off.
Now, yep, there's Whitman Regional, Oshkosh guys. There's Oshkosh itself is directly ahead of us, and the airport is just off to our right.
Can we watch a rerun of the live stream on YouTube after this?
Yep. So get in a queue. Now you really do need to separate, guys, for the landing, and get in a queue so we can have a nice stream of people going in for the landing.
No side by side.
No
Royce,
side by
stop
side.
pushing in. He's pushing in. So
White Eagle. Doing a quick one on the side. Dinky Doos, I'm following you, sir. Remember...
That's a bad mistake.
Remember, remain at 1,800 feet and 90 knots until you are midfield for runway 27. So if you look, as we get closer, if you have a look directly ahead, you will see runway 0927 ahead. That's 9 directly ahead of us, and we're going to fly past that. And then there's a road. You want to keep the road on your right hand side, and there is a gravel pit. You want to keep that on your left hand side, and then we fly in and more or less line up with the threshold of runway 27, and then do a descending turn, having commenced the descent at the mid runway point for a landing on the green dot, guys, which is midfield. Don't try and land, and you would be strongly called out and criticized if you landed on the threshold if you were given the green dot as the landing point. It's quite interesting because they have white, green and orange dots here. They land more than one aircraft at a time, so they're very, very particular about you not slowing over the threshold and then just hovering along to land on the green dot. They want you to select the green dot as your actual threshold. I'm now approaching the gravel pit. I can see it in front of me, so I'm now turning downwind. When I draw level more or less with the green dot, that's when I'm going to start my descent.
I can't see a green dot.
If you've got the add-on scenery, you will be able to see it.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay, then it's just midfield for you. If you've got the add-on scenery, you will see all the dots and everything else for the Oshkosh fly-in available.
Oh yeah, I see it, yep.
I'm now slowing and starting descent. What they ask is turn at level with the threshold, but do not fly over the coast. Don't fly over the water. You must turn before that, and don't mistake runway 23 for runway 27.
We're going to have to go around, I think, see which ones you guys land on.
If you have to go around, be careful. The rest of us coming up over the departure end.
Okay,
I'm going to take a 45.
I'm level with the threshold, so I'm now doing a descending steep turn to line up runway 27. I'm not too worried about my height because I've got the green dot to go for. Dinky Doos is online. Steve C, you've landed the wrong way.
He'll be getting a letter.
Wrapped around the brick.
Oh, bit of a stutter there. Oh, come on. Here we go.
Doing a 360 for spacing.
I did, but it worked.
I'm a little bit after the green dot, so not perfect. Once you've landed,
In the YouTube videos, I guess they were all landing on.
exit onto the grass
9.
on the right, guys, once you've landed.
Did you land on the fuel truck that drives in front of you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but is it allowed? Then we just turn straight onto the grass, don't we, Mark?
Yeah.
Well, that was stressful.
Oh, we're all pretty well spaced, guys. Well done. Come on in.
The water's lovely.
Just a note, guys. That grass is not the runway. Oh, here we go. Ninja's in. Wrong way. Bradley Sparks. Doberman, you're down. Spyglass. Lime's
I
fly.
bounced it.
Oh, thank God for that.
I came in too, I am bounced it.
Now, when you actually do this in SimVenture, they want you to be half a mile apart, so there's quite a lot more spacing. But I think you guys did really well.
Half the people are floating in the air now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
did-
some people have the scenery and some don't, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a crowd of people.
Wow, this is epic. All these people here. This is incredible.
Perfect.
Yeah, looks good, looks good.
And if you've got the add-on scenery, you'll see the crowds are out to meet us. There they all are.
Where are they, Mark? I've got the stuff loaded, but I don't see many people around. I see lots of cars and things, but
Yeah, they're probably behind you on the other stretch of green. There's big crowds.
all right, yeah, okay.
I think they're tents, aren't they?
There's tents, there's cars, there's parking areas, there's all sorts. It's not as detailed as the Pilot Edge scenery, but it's still fairly detailed. Is everybody down?
Not quite.
Yep.
Okay.
No,
Not yet.
Absolutely beautiful landing that was.
Well, thank you very much.
No, mine.
Oh dear.
Everybody's floating around me.
Rat Trap, where are you?
I've just landed, Mark. I'm on the grass.
Ah, brilliant. And who else is still coming in?
Sky one.
I'm just
A yellow jetliner.
coming.
Is there somebody in a helicopter or a Harrier?
There was a helicopter on the flight.
Can't see anyone else.
Just switched off my vans and crashed.
So who else? Anybody still coming in?
No, I can't see anyone, Mark. I'm right up at the other
Going
end
off
of the...
VFR. Yeah, going off VFR. There's no one flying in.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. There's no prize draw today, but there will be for the next one. Guys, thank you very much for joining me, and thanks to everybody on the stream. I really appreciate you guys looking in and joining in, and to you people who have joined me on the flight, I really do appreciate your support. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different for us. I think occasionally we'll do a procedural one, but the next fly-in will be the normal manic chaos and carnage flight.
You mean
and
Tunesy flight.
you mean this wasn't manic? Guys, went quite well actually for me.
It's great for me. It's the first one I've finished.
I have to say to everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great week, and I'll catch you on the next one. The next flight will be posted in about a week, and it'll be in about 2 or 3 weeks' time, because we are late with this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much, and bye for now.
Very
Thank you,
interesting.
Mark.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Bye.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.